Hello, today I will be riding this little beauty of a Sinis Max 2. Fantastic little bike. We sell an awful lot of them to training schools, amongst obviously normal retail public. Training schools seem to like them because they're really easy to get on and off, and they're low and easy to ride. And they do exactly what they say on the tin. Little gear indicator as well. This is actually the first time I've ever ridden one of these. So, I've got to take it a bit easy. That's quite nippy. Very nippy, in fact. I don't mean the weather, the bike. So it's like a sit-up style bike. Very popular style of bike for amongst commuters because it's just so comfortable. You're actually in a body position which is nice and sat up. Rather than crouched over or, you know, putting too much effort into the tops of your legs, so after a while they start to hurt if you've been riding for a while. This doesn't get it at all. Well, that's what I've heard from lots of people that have bought them anyway. As you can see, this one's brand. Spanking new. Wow. God, it has got quite a lot of poke. The Max is around $11.99 retail price, obviously depending on where your dealer is in the country, because sometimes they pay slightly more for delivery, so the price of the bike will be slightly higher. Plus sometimes they throw in service packages and things like that. But it's been in our range since 2011, I think, so quite a long time. Just nothing ever goes wrong with it. At all. So it's why change something that's not broken? Which is more than I can say for Brighton traffic. So yeah, the Max comes in black or blue. Like I say, we sell a lot to training schools, and we get incredibly good feedback from them, which I really like, because I mean, at the end of the day, training schools, you know, that's people's first taste of a bike, and yeah, they're going to snatch the clutch and they're going to snatch the brakes and they might drop it, and so the fact that people use them for training schools suggests to me that obviously they stand up to that sort of abuse. Not saying every newbie motorcyclist is going to drop a bike or snatch a clutch, but we've all done it. Yeah, they do about 100 miles to the gallon. And bear in mind, I don't know if you've seen the other video I did for the Apache, which is the only one I've done so far. Bear in mind that I'm 6'3" and about 18 stone. This thing seems to nip along quite nicely. Which should be fun when I come to do the videos for the 50cc's. So yeah, unfortunately Brighton is one of those places that has a 20 mile per hour speed limit for most of the roads, and more traffic lights than I have ever seen in my life. Now most of them are needed, I know that, because there's a lot of foot people, there's a lot of pedestrians about, and they all need to cross the road. But the 20 mile per hour limit I do think is ridiculous. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, that. I think the Max is one of the best 125s commuting style that we do. I mean, it rates, to be perfectly honest, there's a few commuter style bikes that we do. There's the SC, which is like a custom style that's been around for quite a long time, and there's the SP, which is the one I rode to Europe, and there's the Max. Now the SP I love. I fell in love with it. I just think it's a great bike to ride every day. It's a great bike to ride if you want to go out for a fun wrap at the weekend or in the evening. The Max, this, like I say, is the first time I've ridden it, and I must admit I'm really impressed with it. Although all I've done so far is sit in traffic, so hopefully I'll change that in a minute. Now the Max comes from the same factory as the Apache. And like the Apache, it doesn't go wrong. It's, you know, a good bike. So the guy in front's name is Richard Platt, and he'd like everybody to know it by having a private plate that says Plotted. In fact, the first time I saw it, the first word that came into my head was plop. So, well done, Richard Plop. You've spent an awful lot of money on something that doesn't really do anything for you. Oh, now there's a Range Rover fight between John and Plop. Another traffic light. Yeah, so as you can see, it picks up speed all right. Oh my God. This is Brighton seafront on a not very clear day. Actually, I'm really impressed with this bike. I know I sell them, but I'm really impressed with it. The pickup's great. So yeah, I won't bore you with the speech that I gave in my last Apache video about Sinnis and all that. If you want to hear that, watch the Apache video that's like 20 minutes long, if you can bear to watch it. The Max comes with a rack on the back suitable for a top box, which is pretty handy. We've got a little video out there on the internet of, you know, as it is a little sort of intro video to the Max, and this is just to prove that you know, it's a good runner. But definitely, again, like the Apache, if you want a bike that doesn't give you any grief, there you go. I've had to slow down a bit there, but picking up to 60. There's still a lot of oomph left in it. That's miles per hour on this one as well. The speedo clocks up in kilometres, but reads in miles. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but that's Brighton Marina. Looks much better when the sun's out. Yeah, me personally, I mean, I tested a lot of bikes, and this style of bike has never really, I've never really liked it. I mean, you know, I've always liked sort of choppers, I've liked supermotos. I grew up with KMX 125s, DT, stuff like that, two-stroke motocross bikes, street legal motocross bikes anyway, and then I went on to do motocross for a few years, done a couple of track days, things like that, many years ago. But yeah, this style of bike I've never really looked at and thought, oh, I really want one of those. But I'm not going to lie when I say that after riding it, it's definitely more comfortable than the Apache, and the Apache is my fave. And I do like that first gear. I would personally, I would use one of these for work and for fun. It's got quite a lot of torque. But yeah, this is the Max. It's got a 2-year warranty. Does about 100 miles to the gallon. It's uber reliable. It ticks all the boxes. It's comfortable. It's zippy. It's got quite a bit of speed actually, as I keep mentioning. And it does everything it should do. Everything you'd want it to do for a 125. Anything you'd want any 125 to do. I like this bike. Yeah, it bimbles through traffic quite nicely. Small enough and nimble enough to filter. And here we are, back to square one. I thoroughly enjoyed this actually. It's a really nice bike. So on the plus points, well, on the negative points, I don't think it's got any really. Just the styling for me is the only thing, sorry, that I'm not really into. But still, I'd own one because I think it's fantastic in every other respect. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, yeah, I'm Mike Garrett and this was the Sinnis Max.